And welcome to the Democratic People's Republic of Gambletown because
Penultimate.
nobody wants Millie bets. What was that?
It's the penultimate episode of the Democratic People's Republic of Gambletown.
This is true. Like, if Ryan and I want any chance of like reigning Gambletown in the off season, we've got to attack.
No,
Really?
I'm gonna hold you guys off, and I'm gonna build a lot of monuments,
Oh, I love it.
only
I
to
can't
eventually
wait.
be only to eventually be extradited and kidnapped by the U.S. government and brought to court. Huh?
Cannot wait to
Seen,
see.
seen the news? Yes, seen this? Heard about this?
Oh,
All right, we live in hell. Anyways,
I
yeah,
don't.
Gambletown.
I haven't seen it, but you'll have to tell me in the off.
Yeah, it's a nightmare. So we're back. What is our running totals? We're 121 and 132 on the year. 8-7 last week, right? Pretty
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, I got 3.
And we were 2-4 on parlays.
Yeah, which means you broke even.
If I had only we could have been 3-3 if I hadn't bet on Ashton Genty to score a touchdown. Great matchup, and then but what I forgot is he plays for the Raiders, and betting on the Raiders to score touchdowns is just fundamentally a flawed process.
Yep.
I mean, if the Steelers didn't blow it, we would have been killing it. But
yeah,
what are you gonna do? So I guess let's just go. It's week 18. It's weird if you're betting on games at this point in the year. You're a sicko like we are, so we don't want to keep you waiting.
You're not a sicko.
No, you're 100% sicko betting.
You're just a lover of the game, lover of the sport.
Oh, sure.
Lover of action.
That's fair, I guess. So we are going to start with our top 5 bets of the week. I'm going to start with mine, and it is a Saturday play. It's George Kittle over 61.5 receiving yards. Got it at -114. George Kittle is a Seahawks killer, and he's healthy. They're playing for the 1 seed. This is a big deal. I'm excited to see, the bloodbath at hand. I think it's going to be a good game. I know it's unpopular that I'm taking San Francisco to win this game, but that's okay because I do what I want. I don't care. And that's my first top 5 bet of the week. Waleed, what do you got?
So I'm going with Caleb over 237.5 passing yards. Just very simply, Caleb, this is a bad pass defense right now. The Bears haven't passed in the ball, and they need to win to secure the 2 seed. So I think Caleb's going to hit his over pretty easily. Also, he needs to get the Bears single season passing record. So,
yep, I'm totally down. We'll talk more about that in a little bit. Ryan, let me get your first top 5 bet of the week.
This week, guys, I'm also going with the Saturday night game. I'm going with Christian McCaffrey over receptions. That's at -123 right now on DK. Right now, guys, the Seattle defense is leading the highest rate of targets to the running back at 22%. Wow. And if Seattle wants to win, it's because their run defense is good, and the quarterback's just got to check it down really quick because they don't have too much time. I mean, that seems like a most likely scenario, but and CMC's a reception machine as himself. That's like the perfect scenario for this, and San Francisco's going to have to pass if they're going to win this game, I think. So,
I agree with that. Okay, cool. Let's move on. Let's do our second top 5 bet of the week. I am sticking with the Saturday slate. I'm going with Bucky Irving over 58.5 rushing yards. You can most certainly beat Carolina on the ground. And I'm going with Bucky because fuck it, man. I like Bucky. I don't know if he's going to be the best DFS play that you want, but I definitely like him as just a standalone 58.5. I believe I got it at 58.5. I think is a good number. Where is Carolina? Carolina gives up 106.5 rushing yards per game, 5th most adjusted yards before contact per attempt. Irving had 71 rushing yards on 19 carries 2 weeks ago. So Bucky at 58.5 is my second top 5 bet of the week. Waleed?
So I'm all in on Bijan this week. I'm taking 127.5 rushing and receiving yards. I just feel like now that Atlanta has nothing to play for, they're going to be cooking. That's what they do because they're a bad, dumb football team. But Bijan is a bad, and good, player. So
Yes,
we're going
that's
Bijan.
correct. Okay. Yeah. I mean, he's Bijan Robinson.
Yep.
All right, cool. Ryan, you're second.
I'm taking a gamble, guys, because this is Gambletown. So I'm going with
That's what you're
Chamari.
supposed to do in Gambletown.
That's right. I'm going with Chamari DK's over 34.5 reception yards. Tennessee's going to have to pass if they want to make this game even close to interesting. Lawrence, we're hoping, is having a great game and can potentially Jaguars put up 30 points in this game. I think so. That just means Tennessee's going to have to pass, and Chamari DK, that he could get that on one pass, you know.
Yeah.
So
He's sick with the ball in his hands.
that's why I went with his yardage versus his 3.5 receptions.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So then my third top 5 bet of the week is a player who you're going to hear more of throughout the course of this episode. Nico Collins over 57.5 receiving yards I got on BetMGM, which seems stupidly low. I think it's like 62 on FanDuel.
61.5.
Yeah, so I followed my BetStamp link that you can follow at some point. If you haven't already, you're personally insulting me. So I got it at 57.5. Colts allow the second most passing yards per game. Last 5 weeks, they are the 6th best matchup for opposing wide receivers. Nico has beaten over 60 yards in 6 of his last 9. I think this is no different. No sauce, no problem. Nico Collins, 57.5. Waleed?
I also like Nico, but I got him at 61.5. So Nico,
I don't think that's a problem.
No, I'm not that worried about it. I think that line is way too low for this matchup. I mean, you already explained it pretty nicely. I'm smashing that line 10 times out of 10.
Yeah, I'm totally with it. Ryan, your third top 5 bet of the week.
Number 3, guys, we're going home dogs. We're going with the Bears. I'm going this week with Colson Loveland's over 3.5 receptions. It's kind of juice. It's minus 144. But I'd rather this week go with his receptions versus his yardage, which I want to say was at 44 or 47, something like that. 3.5 catches is easily attainable in an offense that's still going to be operating without Odunze as Moore playing, right? I thought I saw lines for
Moore's
him.
playing.
Yes, he is.
We're still missing Odunze, so let's get some Colson Loveland. 3.5 receptions.
Love it. Okay. So my fourth top 5 bet of the week. Great price, great line. Brian Thomas Jr. over 42.5 receiving yards on DraftKings. Minus 110. I think, like I said, I like that line. I like that price. Let's see. Tennessee gives up the 3rd most yards per route run and 2nd most yards per target to receivers lined up on the outside. He was the receiver that we picked in our DFS lineup last night for the THfantaC podcast featuring Josh and Wally this last week. Tennessee allowing a 10.21 yard per target to receivers lined up outside.
Tennessee's a pass funnel.
Yep. This is another one of those, hey, they're going to be throwing early so they can, hopefully only have to play 3 quarters and get the win. But with Tennessee's offense looking like a real life offense now, you never know. So I like BTJ to get this, and I think this could be an early hit. So over 42.5 receiving yards.
I mean, he can get that on one play. So
sure could.
I really hope this game is a banger, because that would be sick. I mean, because Cam Ward should be able to pass on Jacksonville's defense. They won't be able to run, but
no, yeah, but they're going to try to run because Pollard has his. He needs like 62 yards to hit his.
Does he get some incentive
bonus? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Even though the thing about Vegas is they've manipulated their lines to do that bonus stuff to fuck you over no matter what. So it's
exactly right. So you can't really track it.
He'll probably get like 58 yards or something.
We learned that last year with Mike Evans because he needed 80 yards and they only offered the line was 99.5.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm over it, man. I'm not doing incentive based. I mean, I'm not saying you are, but
oh yeah, no.
It's something.
I'm 100% with you on that.
They caught onto it really fast, so fuck them. All right, Waleed, your 4th top 5 bet of the week.
Well, like I said, Atlanta's going to win this game in a weird fashion. I'm taking Atlanta -3.5 just because it just this is a pure gut play. I'm taking a page out of the Ryan school of playing my gut, and I'm going with Atlanta
That's
-3.5.
right. This is like the ultimate week when you got to play that special
Yeah,
narrative
absolutely.
in
That's
your gut.
exactly what I'm doing this week. This is all gut. Like my research is there a little bit because I mean, I've done research for 17 weeks. I know what the basic numbers are. But I also know that Atlanta's going to win in a stupid fashion because that's how football works.
Sure.
Yeah, and so you're saying that Carolina's going to make the playoffs.
Pretty much.
Right?
I
Because
don't think Tampa Bay's going to win anyway, just because Tampa's.
Tampa, the division
Carolina money line. What's Carolina money line?
Tampa Bay needs to win, and Atlanta needs to not win for Tampa Bay to win to make the playoffs. If Carolina wins outright, they win the division. If Carolina loses but Atlanta wins, Carolina also wins the division.
Yeah.
Plus 124 right now in Carolina.
There you go. There you go, Waleed. Put your $5 where your mouth is.
Okay, that might have been a smarter one, but I don't know that I believe in Carolina. I don't believe in the NFC South. That's
no, because this could be another hey, Bryce Young, 48 passing yards, or it could be, hey, Bryce Young, 400 passing yards.
400.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. All right, Ryan, your fourth top 5 bet of this week.
This week, guys, Ramondre Stevenson's line seems pretty low at 33.5 in a game where we're expecting New England to pretty much dominate and just basically run the entire second half. I saw that and I was like, and I can get -112, 33.5. That's way too low. So Ramondre Stevenson over, and you never know. They might just not even only play Henderson for handful of or maybe like 2 or 3 series and save him for the playoffs.
Should be pointed out that New England needs to win and Denver needs to lose for New England to get the 1 seed, and New England and Denver play at the same time.
Damn. So and Ramondre Stevenson has been their man for the last few weeks ever since Henderson.
He's going to get half the carries. So
right.
So
they're playing fucking Jets, right?
Right.
Oh, Buffalo's playing the Jets, I thought.
Buffalo's playing the Jets. So it's Miami, New England.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. They're playing Miami, even better.
And then Chargers, Denver. I think, so if Denver wins, they're the 1 seed, I believe. Regardless
if they lose and New England wins, they're the 1 seed.
Correct.
And I think if they both lose, I think Jacksonville still has an outside shot at the 1 seed if they win. And those both
Jacksonville,
right?
Yes, Jacksonville needs to win. And if Houston doesn't matter if they win. But if Jacksonville wins and New England and Denver lose, then yeah, Jacksonville's the 1 seed. However, as you know, the Jags are playing Tennessee. Denver is playing against Trey Lance, and New England is playing against presumably all of Miami except for Devon Achane.
Kenzo's finally going to be right. That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, it's going to be Denver 1 seed, and then they're going to lose in the second round of the playoffs. All right, sunrise, sunset. All right, cool. So my last top 5 bet of the week, going to that Bears game, DJ Moore, 34.5 receiving yards, smashing that over.
Yeah, that's a pretty good line.
Yeah.
I probably should have used that in my parlay instead of the Luther Burden one, but honestly, it's hard not to bet on Luther Burden. So.
Right.
Detroit, listen, man, no Rome Odunze. It's going to be DJ Moore, Luther Burden, Colston Loveland, and Olamide Zaccheaus, and Jade Walker. Shout out Jade Walker. But DJ Moore as the primary outside receiver. Just remember that Detroit allows the highest ADOT in the NFL, and on targets to outside receivers, they allow a 14.5 ADOT.
Damn.
Wow.
So, if this game is truly one of the highest scoring games on the slate, like Vegas seems to think it is, then you're going to do that. You're going to smash that. And against man coverage this year, the Bears' number 1 receiver and first read target share against man coverage, Rome Odunze, out. Second highest, DJ Moore at 23%. No one else is above 12%. Loveland is third. So it's DJ Moore, Zaccheaus, Loveland. I think DJ Moore over 34.5 is easy money. That's where the cheddar is. So All right, Waleed, bet 5.
Final bet of the week. I'm taking the Saturday game. I'm taking Seattle minus 2.5. I just what it comes down to for me is I think the Seattle defense versus the San Francisco offense is a wash, but Seattle's offense I think is superior to the 49ers defense because they don't have one. Like 49ers, I just think Seattle's going to win this game.
Yeah,
simple as that.
I totally get it. I mean, there's no buts about it. I mean, you're taking they're minus 2.5 for a reason, right?
100%, yeah. But also wouldn't surprise me if the 49ers win because the 49ers, I got to say, man, the coaching job that Shanahan has done on that team, when you look at the injuries they've had throughout the year, the fact that they're playing for the 1 seed and are controlling their own destiny is wild to me. Like, I legit think he should be considered for coach of the year.
I think Shanahan is. If it was up to me, Shanahan's the coach of the year.
I think so too.
Given all that they've had to go through.
Overcome.
Yeah. I mean, they haven't had their wide receiver 1 all year. He left the fucking team.
The only guy who's been healthy on offense is Christian McCaffrey, the guy we were all terrified about.
They are playing for the 1 seed, and they started Mac Jones for several games.
Yeah, that is wild. That's an incredible coaching job.
Yeah, Kendrick Bourne and Mac Jones had them beat the fucking Rams on Thursday Night Football. That's
crazy.
Wild to me. All right, so let's move on to parlays. As your reigning parlay king, I am on the verge.
Tony's or Ryan's last bet.
Oh, Ryan's 5th. That's my bad. Go ahead, Ryan.
Yeah, mine was just along with Waleed's. I went with Bijan, but I took an adjusted line at 120 or more rushing and receiving.
Yeah, let's get those numbers looking good because I don't know if we're gonna count postseason in our weekly totals. I think we should just to keep going. But right now, as we stand, Waleed's got a puncher's chance of going 500. Ryan's gonna go 5-0, and he's gonna be only 12 out. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Okay.
So let's do our parlays here. As your reigning parlay king, I'm 9-19 on the year, which equals profit.
Yeah, it does.
Which is good because babies are expensive. My first parlay of the week, I took a moneyline parlay. I took 3 heavy favorites in New England, Denver, and Houston. And in order to get that to plus odds, I threw San Francisco in there as underdogs. I felt like that was the best underdog bet that I could make because I wanted to bet on a competitive game. So I got that to plus 210. So my $10 on that would bring me back 31.03. My same game parlay, I'm also focusing on another game that should be between 2 teams that actually want to win. So I took the Steelers and Baltimore game. I went Baltimore's money line. Derrick Henry's adjusted 70 or more rushing yards. And then I took Pat Freiermuth to go over 31.5 receiving yards. Listen, man, it's wintertime. It's wintertime, Derrick Henry. I think Baltimore wins this game. And who the fuck else is Aaron Rodgers throwing to?
No, I don't disagree with it.
Darnell Washington being hurt, DK Metcalf suspended, like Adam Thielen's white, so like not great options. So I got that. I actually did a FanDuel boost. I got that up to plus 300, so I threw 10 on it to win 40. Ryan, can I get your parlays?
This week I went with some boosts that they're offering on DK. There's a 3 touchdown parlay boost, and since this is the last week, we got chaos. I just went with complete gut and something that I'd love to see. So we're going with Colson Loveland touchdown, T-Law, and a Bijan touchdown. It was a 30% boost, got it up to 1377 odds. I put 5 on it to win a little under 74. My second parlay was a little bit more conservative. I used a 20% DK parlay boost. I took Purdy and Darnold to both have over 220 pass yards. I took Darnold to have 30 pass attempts and Purdy to have 32 or more pass attempts. With the 20% boost, it came out to 326. I put 10 on it to win a little over 42.
Dude, just take them both, dude. Just walk out with like $100+ on $120 on 15 in.
All right.
All right, cool. Waleed, your 2 parlays also aiming for the stars. I see.
Yeah. So I went with it's kind of funny because I did this parlay before I looked at what the milli bets are. So you're gonna see a little bit of a repeat here. I got Caleb over 270 passing yards. I picked that number for a very specific reason. Caleb over 3 passing touchdowns, and then Luther Burden over 58.5 receiving yards. $10 bet will pay out plus 650 and $75. I feel like it's a safe bet. Like I always say, I like my parlays to tie into each other. I'm playing for a big game because Tony gave you the numbers, man. You can throw on Detroit, and one thing is like over the last month, Caleb is zeroed in, man. He's throwing the ball really well. So
I think the thing that you need to say, or that we
yeah,
should say,
yeah,
that changes a lot of the dynamics here is that offensive line is cooking.
yeah,
And if that offensive line cooks, that gives you opportunities to have guys run free against a bad coverage defense.
yep. And
So
like, I mean, you got 2 Pro Bowlers on that line. I think you're going to have at least one All Pro. It's Bears have one of the best offensive lines in football, and that just lets Caleb do things. And
Yep.
more importantly, there's incentive for that 270 passing yards because
Yep.
he's going to hit 4,000 passing yards for the first time in Bears history. Book
That is
it.
correct. That is correct. Okay.
Yep.
And then you had
And
a receiver in there.
Oh, I did have Luther Burden over 58.5 receiving yards because that's like I like Burden over the last month. Like every time I watch Luther Burden, I just think, oh my God, like this guy, this like his last month reminds me of Amon Ra's last 4 weeks, his rookie
Correct.
season. And like there's a lot of similarities to their game too. And he's just a tough ass son of a bitch. I love Luther Burden I love him so much more than I thought I was going to, but he's just a good football player. He might be special.
Yeah.
Super Bowl.
People soured on him early on, but they forget that he was hurt and missed all of minicamp and part of training camp, and now he's coming on. So
Yeah.
I agree. And then your second
And
parlay?
second one, we're going with a TD parlay. I wanted to use the boost. I'm going to Bijan touchdown. I'm going to Christian McCaffrey touchdown. Those are fairly easy ones. I went with a Nico touchdown, and then I added a Tank Bigsby touchdown because Washington has a terrible defense. And Tank Bigsby is going to be a lead back. And hell, last time, not as a starter, Tank Bigsby got a touchdown against these guys. So $5
Sure.
at plus 17.26 will pay out $91.30.
Yeah. I mean, no tush push, right? Because Tanner McKee's back there.
Yeah.
Got to assume that they're going to do more straight handoffs.
I think so. I think that I like this is a nice one. It's cheap, $5 bet. I'm getting really good odds. And let's be honest, like Bijan and McCaffrey touchdowns seem very easy. They're very chalky. So I just need Nico to get like a big play against a bad secondary in Indianapolis and Tank Bigsby to get into the end zone against a bad run defense. Like I like these. I like this as a matchup based play, and it's.
Yeah.
I think I'm getting a really good price on it.
I agree with that. Okay. Then let's go do our milli bets. I declare, Ryan, you go first.
I just went with Caleb 3 or more passing touchdowns this week. Plus 239 to get me 33 and some change.
Okay, Waleed.
I want Nico over 100 yards receiving. I think Nico's going to wreck the Colts. So plus 383 at 100 yards, $10 will pay out $48.30.
Okay. And Caleb Williams currently per the website caleb4k.com has 3,730 passing yards, needs 270 more passing yards per game or in one game to hit his pace for 4,000 yards and be the first in Bears history. Ben Johnson's the type of dude that loves that kind of shit. Playing against his old team, I think the narrative is perfect here. And when it comes to DFS, when it comes to sports betting, it's important to look at the numbers, but you have to remember the narratives, especially when we're playing Week 18. And so this was my favorite bet of the week. I'm really hoping Caleb can break that, and we can finally put to rest the Bears are the oldest franchise in football and have never had a 4,000-yard passer. So it's plus 162, nothing too crazy, but I just wanted the exact line. I didn't want to go up to 300. So my $10 would be 26.20, and I would lose Gambletown but I would lose Gambletown for a noble reason.
Oh.
So, yeah. So
Love
let's move on. We'll go to DFS. We're gonna build our lineups. We'll bring in super producer Josh. We're gonna go once again in order by how everyone finished last week, which means we start with Waleed. Waleed, who's your quarterback?
I mean, this is going to surprise nobody, but we're rolling with Caleb. I want Caleb this week.
Hell yeah.
He's my DFS guy. I'm very happy about it.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Trevor Lawrence. Smash matchup. He and Williams seem to be the chalkiest guys on the slate this week. Josh, who's your quarterback?
I'm gonna go with Tyler Shutt. I mean, I'm just been such a fan of him over the last 4 weeks, so we're gonna close out the regular season by throwing it to him again.
That's gonna be one of my first off-season research things. Is a deep dive on Dart, Shuck, and Ward to kind of see like who do I expect to take that next step next year. Okay, Ryan, your quarterback.
I also went this week with Trevor Lawrence.
My man. All right, Waleed, your running back.
I'm going to go cheap here, I think. I'm going with Jaden Blue against the Giants for 4,300.
Okay.
I'm going to use him as a money saver because he's
The last
just,
man
he's such
standing.
A great value play. He's,
Right.
he's such a great value play against a trash run defense. So I think that we're going to just like, I don't know what to expect in this game, but I feel like it's a decent enough punt that maybe like he just reaffirms all our priors. I don't know. I'm going with Blue.
Okay. I do worry about him splitting with Phil Maffa, who was their 7th round pick, and them trying to see what they have in both. But it's the Giants, and you're betting on someone to do well against the Giants, and that's has made good
Sure.
money like all year. I'm gonna go out on a limb here, and I'm gonna go with Bijan Robinson. I know.
Damn.
Yeah.
I know.
Damn, I
To be
didn't
fair, I
never
also
thought
have
you would have
Bijan
went
in
that
my
cheap.
lineup. Yeah.
Hey man, like everywhere that I have Bijan, I'm pairing Bijan with Ray Davis, Bijan with Jalen Wright. Like
Sure.
it's gonna be studs and duds here. All right, Josh, your running back.
I went with Tank Bigsby of the Philadelphia Eagles.
Okay.
Makes sense.
I went with also a cheaper option against a shitty run defense, Ramondre Stevenson.
I like Ramondre a lot in like big tournament plays because I think he's in the middle ground for salary. Like everyone's either going to be going Bijan or Tank
Right.
Bigsby, Jaden Blue, Ray Davis. But I think Ramondre, like if he does well this week, I think he's a really good like pivot to the field,
Sure.
especially in big tournaments. Wally, do
Yep.
you agree with that?
I do.
Okay. All right. Wally, let me get your receiver play.
My receiver play is going to be Nico. I mean, I went 100 yards on him for a reason. Give me Nico, man.
Is Nico Collins a first round pick in next year's redraft?
If he is, it's the back half of the first. I
Well,
feel
sure.
like he's. I feel like Nico has done a lot better than people realize he's done this year, unless you actually drafted him. Because he started off slow, and he's had a couple of big games, but he hasn't just wowed you. But he's going to finish as like a top 7, 8 receiver in fantasy.
After I'm done with my receiver, I will pull up the data suite and see where he's at in fantasy points per game.
Yeah.
My receiver this week, no surprise, is DJ Moore. And Josh, let me get yours.
Jamison Williams, guys. The Bears really love giving up the big play, and that's their big play receiver. So we're gonna go with that.
I
Damo's a great pick. I like
Yeah.
him a lot this week.
Yeah. I mean, outside Goff tends to suck, but then like you see what he's done in Chicago with JMO in the past, and it's like, holy shit. By the way, Nico Collins, wide receiver 11 in fantasy points per game.
Jesus Christ, because it
Oh,
doesn't
okay.
feel like that at all.
No, I know.
No. Well, it also doesn't feel like Chris Olave is wide receiver 8.
Yeah,
Right.
Well, Chris Olave, best steal. I faded Chris Olave so hard in best ball, and that was just wrong.
Yeah.
One of my
And-
favorite
But also,
players.
you knew he wouldn't get concussed.
Well, yeah, exactly. All right, Ryan, your receiver.
I'm going with George Pickens this week. He's playing for his contract, and Dak's playing, so
That's the thing. I think a lot of people are scared of Dallas not playing a full game, but I really think that like this could be another high leverage play.
Yeah,
People are going to
Jerry
be afraid
Jones.
of it.
people are going to be fading Pickens, so if he hits, it's going to be big for you. You're going to have like
Hell
good
yeah.
rostership rates.
Dude,
I
do
will
a
not touch
overstack.
Dallas this week.
Dude, for in a $3 tournament multi-entry, like I would totally do like a Cowboys super stack where I'm doing Dak, Lamb, and Pickens.
Sure.
Yeah,
All
that's
right,
not a bad idea actually. I might add one of those to my 150s.
there you go. All right, Waleed, your tight end.
Well, it is going to be. I got the inside track because I did the show, the podcast, and I know that the mid-tier shitty tight end of the week is not really mid-tier or shitty, but he's really priced that way. We're going Colston Loveland, stacking with my
Oh,
Caleb.
yeah. Me too. That's mine.
Okay. I am going with Juwan Johnson as my tight
Love
end.
it.
Hey, we're paired up, Tony. We're paired up.
All right.
Got-
Hey,
gotta
only
go
two
with-
tight ends for the gang.
Damn.
Gotta go with my Tyler Show stack. You know what I mean? Number
Yeah,
one
and there's
target.
no receivers left. So
Right.
heal up George Pickens or George Pickens. Heal up Chris
George
Olave.
Pickens.
All right, cool. Then Waleed, your fantasy defense.
I'm just rolling with the Bears. I didn't do any research on it. I don't know if it'll be a good pick or not, but I'm doing a Caleb stack. I assume if he goes off, the Bears will probably get a couple turnovers. They should be fine. And also, honestly, Lions' offense has been kind of ass. So I'll take my chances. I'm saving money elsewhere because I'm paying up for positions.
Okay. I am going to go with the Minnesota Vikings defense against Clayton Tune.
That's a great pick.
Yeah, Packers are playing all their backups. Minnesota's playing for pride. Minnesota's at home, I believe. And Brian Flores, like, you could say what you will. There are some quarterbacks that put that team in a blender, but he wrecks inexperienced quarterbacks. So
Yeah.
I'm going with Minnesota. Josh, who is your defense?
I'm gonna go with the Jaguars against Tennessee.
Good
Okay.
bad call.
Love it.
Ryan?
I am going for chaos during Chaos Week 18. I'm going with Cleveland Browns against Cincinnati. Cleveland always plays super sneaky against Joe Burrow, and Cincinnati has nothing to play for. So
Myles Garrett's playing for the sack record.
that's true.
But other than that, like, what else is there? Yeah. Okay,
So
cool.
I'm going with Cleveland.
So then let's run through our lineups one more time before we hit the road. Waleed, let me get your 5.
We got Caleb Williams, Jaden Blue, Nico Collins, Colston Loveland, and the Bears defense.
Wonderful. I'm going to go Trevor Lawrence, Bijan Robinson, DJ Moore, Juwan Johnson, and the Vikings. Josh?
We're gonna go with Tyler Shaw, Tank Bigsby, J-Mo, Juwan Johnson, and Jacksonville's defense.
Okay. Ryan?
We went with Tila. We went with Ramadre. We went with George Pickens, Colston Loveland, and the Browns.
Man, this has been a lot of fun. DFS has been super profitable for Waleed and for Ryan this year. Betting's been good to me. This has been a great season. We got one more episode to help you win some playoff money. But until then, enjoy the chaos of Week 18, I guess. The best of your scenario, the best to your ability.
Oh,
Hopefully your team is in it, and you're still, like, not your fantasy team. If you're playing in Week 18, go fuck yourself. But
Yeah. I want you to know I hate you if you are.
you know what? If anyone's watching this, I pitched this idea on the podcast last night. I think everyone adds $10 more to their buy-in. You lock the rosters at the end of Week 17, and you have a 1-week best ball tournament in Week 18, and just see who wins it and give that 1
Oh
week pot to
man, that gives the teams that are actually out of the playoffs, Tony, like an ability to like build the best ball, like for the best ball. right?
Correct.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
something that I'm going to propose in our home league next year. So we'll see what
That's
happens.
so good, actually.
Yep. All right. So that's our episode, and we'll see you guys next week, same time, same place, and have some fun. Hopefully, we're all much richer by then.
Let's get those monocles.